Let's talk electric versus portable versus wearable breast pumps and which one is the right choice for you. So before I dive into the pros and cons, let's just do a quick overview of which one is which. So your electric breast pumps are your pumps that need to be plugged into a power source at all times. So they are your Mandela Symphonies, your Spectra S1. So this is the Spectra S2, the difference being it has some portability capabilities, but other than that is identical to your Spectra S1, with the S1 needing to be plugged into a power source at all times. Now your portable breast pumps, now they are rechargeable, however, have tubing connecting it to your flange. So these are your Mandela Freestyles. This is your Amita Maya Joy. These are your portable breast pumps. And then you have your wearables like the Mum Cozy M5 and the Eufy S1 Pro. And these are completely hands-free. There is no tubing. These are an all-in-one unit designed to fit into your bra and be completely wearable. So what are the pros and cons to each of these pumps? Firstly, let's talk about discretion, because I think that is one of the biggest things, especially in modern days where mums are working, trying to juggle kids. Having discretion and being able to pump on the go is a big thing. So with an electric pump, the biggest downsides are they are big, they are bulky, and you are stuck in the one position given that it needs to be plugged into a power source. Your portables give you a bit of both, the best of both worlds. They are wearable, and depending whether you choose a cup or the more traditional flange and bottle design, these can be a little bit more discreet. However, you do have the tubing, which does take away from that discretion. But you are able to be portable with these. And then you have your wearables, and obviously with this just fitting in your bra, these are going to be the most discreet type of breast pump. And being completely hands-free, you have your hands-free, able to multitask and do other things. So in terms of discretion and multitasking, hands down, your wearable is one that you're not going to be able to pass up. But does that make this the best out of all these options? No, not really. Depends on how you are choosing to pump. So with your electric breast pumps, the biggest benefit to these is their suction strength, their reliability, and the easy learning curve that these have. With your electric breast pumps, they are bigger motors and need to be plugged in, but that also gives them the benefit of more suction strength and more control over your suction. So you can have, especially with the Spectra, it gives you different suction cycles and a lot more suction strengths. And when we talk about the traditional flange to bottle, this is a lot easier of a learning curve to use than, say, your wearable. Finding the right flange sizes as well is a lot easier than your wearables, which tend to come with a 24, or if you're lucky, a 27 size flange. However, with, say, your Spectra, you can go up into your 30s plus for your size flanges. So finding a flange that fits overall is a lot easier, and that is going to have a big impact on your output. So having a right flange is critical. So there is the big benefits with your electric pumps that they have better flange fittings. It's an easier learning curve. they're more reliable. In a lot of cases, like the Mandela Symphony, they're multi-use user pumps. So the batteries or the pumps are designed to last. With your portables, now your portables don't have as great longevity as what your electric will. However, you do have that balance of flexibility in the fact that you're able to move around with these. It's kind of a bit of a balance of both worlds. The battery life, although it's not as great as your electric, is or tends to be better than your wearable. You also then have the added option of being able to use your traditional flanges with the pump to bottle if you need the larger or even smaller size flanges. But you also have the potential with a lot of the pumps to have the cups as well. So it can give you that bit of discretion, which is why most people try to go for a wearable. So you kind of get the balance of both worlds, and depending on the pump that you choose, portables still tend to give you a really good control over your suction and the different cycles. But like I said earlier, the biggest con is having the tubing that you need to deal with. Then let's talk about wearables. Now, wearables, I do really love these for the discretion, but there are some downsides. So we have talked already about the different flange fittings. This is a harder learning curve. You need to be able to not just find your right flange fit, but how to fit these within your bra. You can also see, especially with the Eufy, you can't see my nipple here at all to know where I am with the flange. Is this fitting right or not? When you have something like the Spectra, you can see that this is working or not working really easily, really clearly. So there are issues with a wearable where there is a bigger learning curve. On a plus side, or it could also be a downside, a lot of wearable pumps these days come with apps, especially on the higher end. Now, with the apps, I really like these for the ability to have more control over your pumping sessions. However, they can also distract you from your pumping sessions. And sometimes we do need to just sit down, take a moment and focus on our pumping at hand. Knowing our body, learning when our letdown is, when it's not, when do we need to change through our cycles, where that's having the electric where you're sitting down and being mindful can really be beneficial to your pumping session and overall output. I feel like you lose that a bit when you are using a wearable and you're doing multiple things at the same time. And with an app, you're not even looking at your pump, you're looking at your phone. So there are some downsides to it. And so overall, given that, they can be less effective, especially when you're comparing it to your electric breast pumps. But does that mean that I don't recommend these? Well, let's have a look about what pump suits who best. If a few things to ask yourself: are you going to be exclusively pumping? If yes, highly recommend that you get yourself an electric breast pump as your main pump. Now, if you can afford to get a secondary pump, then absolutely grab a wearable or even a portable if that suits you better, to give you that flexibility on the days that or the sessions that you don't have time to sit down. But if you're exclusively pumping and you don't want to inhibit your supply, I highly recommend that you invest in a electric breast pump. Portables are great if you are an occasional or even a part-time pumper and you want to try and get the best of both worlds without buying two pumps, and you really don't want to be stuck in the one place, then yes, I recommend looking for a portable. they give you the flexibility and still a little bit more longevity. They can be great with finding your flange fit, and they tend to be a lot more affordable than your wearable. Now, with your wearable, you do get a lot more high-end features depending on what pump you choose. There's obviously a big range now in your wearable breast pumps, from mid-range like the Mum Cozy. You've got the really budget ends like the Bella Babies. You've got the higher end like the Eufys. These can be an investment. And if you're not sure, if you're just starting your pumping journey, you're making a big investment not knowing if this is going to work for you or not. So that is definitely one thing I think that you need to consider. If you are only occasionally pumping or potentially even part-time pumping, then a wearable might just be right for you. If you're somebody that has to have the discretion, that you need to be able to multitask for your pumping, then yes, look at a wearable, maybe talk to a lactation consultant to help you with the right fit and to walk you through that learning curve, rather than spending and investing all that money going, it doesn't work for me, and giving up. So keep that in mind if you do choose that your only pump will be a wearable. Ideally though, if you are going to be pumping either exclusively or part-time, my combo would be your electric pump. You can pick these up secondhand, really easy on Facebook Marketplace, or even purchase new through your insurance, and then grab yourself a solid wearable breast pump. And then it gives you the options for both. Otherwise, a portable is a really good alternative to both. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please ask and I'll do my best to answer. Cheers.